Hello there, collective. This is Alchemize Yourself Tarot. And I asked Spirit just now about whether or not the connection that's on your mind is true love, or is it an ego attachment or karmic bond. So I asked, what attracts this person to you? And what I'm getting here with the Two of Wands with the Ace of Swords in the reverse is that this person, they're attracted to the idea of keeping you waiting, keeping you as an option. Two of Wands is somebody that's planning for their future. They're wanting to have at least one or two different paths available to them. But with it coming with this Ace of Swords in the reverse, what I'm getting here is that they like to be able to hide and conceal their future plans from you. So this is somebody that likes the idea of you wondering if they're going to make an offer, or that if you will be, you know, a potential future. But they don't want you knowing about that. And that screams ego to me. That's somebody that it's like they're dangling a carrot. They like the idea that you're waiting for some sort of commitment or offer, or even time spent together. They like to keep you waiting and in the dark with that Ace of Swords in the reverse. And it was confirmed by hidden things, secret, tip of the iceberg. It's like they want to give you just enough to know that you are waiting. And I find this to be very egotistical. It's very, very much a game people play to keep you seeking their approval. And we're going to break down this a little further, further. But, you know, it's like they give you just enough to think that they will make an offer, and then they never do. They keep their true intention secret. This person they definitely have plans for their future, but it's like they're gaslighting. They're kind of confusing you. They're wanting you to have sunglasses. I'm even getting like rose-colored glasses on. They like the idea of you waiting for the day when they finally make that offer. But they also like the idea of not giving it to you. It's because it basically keeps you in this energy of seeking their approval, seeking their attention, seeking their validation in some way. And what I got here when I said what feeds their ego is the Strength card. It makes them feel confident and strong to know that maybe you may internalize the ending, the breakup, abandonment, silent treatment. You may internalize it as something that is your fault. They get their ego boosted out of that. It's like they're not giving you the clarity. It creates this tension, possibly a separation or breakup, but you internalize that. It makes them feel really good that even though they know they're keeping you confused and that they're hiding their true intentions from you, they like that you're internalizing that in some way. It gives them a sense of power and authority. And the genuine emotional connection, when I ask Spirit what the genuine emotional connection is, it's the Six of Wands in the reverse. This is somebody that they like the attention that you give, and then they destroy your confidence in the process because they act like they don't really care either way. Trusting the process, making decisions, living in the now, casual or no commitment. They want you just cool with whatever or however this relationship unfolds. You know, Six of Wands in the reverse is not like a strong emotional connection. This is somebody that's pulling you down, possibly making you desperate for their approval, or that's what they're wanting to trigger in you. So just be aware of people that they don't make their intentions clear. And you see this all over the internet, the avoidance, the narcissist, all this stuff. A lot of times they like finding a target or a person that's cool with whatever, or while really feeling neglected, right? They're not really building your confidence. They're tearing your confidence down. Yeah, and I'm getting even with this Ascension card. See how the arm is reaching out? It's like they're wanting you to seek their approval. I don't know. I don't like the idea of using people for your own ego validation. I just think that that is a really horrible way to treat people. And I think you need to keep in mind anybody that's kind of gets you in that energy of, well, where are you? What are we going to do? What's the plan? But then they withhold that. They withhold communicating that deliberately to throw you off kilter, to make you doubt yourself. That's kind of what I'm seeing playing out here. Now, this won't resonate for everybody, but the genuine emotional connection being the Six of Wands in reverse, this is somebody very egotistical. They like the attention they get from keeping you ungrounded, off your horse. This could be somebody that low-key humbles you, or they make it your fault. Sorry, they make it your fault when something's not going according to their plans, or like if they're not giving you attention or any sort of real offer, or if you're not accepting them dangling the carrot, right? They want you to internalize that it's your problem. It's see, this is why I didn't give you this offer, right? But they never intended on giving you that offer anyway, right? It's like, see, well, this is why you're just supposed to be cool with whatever I choose to do or whichever path I choose to go on. And this is really good for my confidence and strength. It makes me feel empowered, but you're going to be feeling like this. Six of Wands in the reverse, like you're not deserving, like you didn't win. This person's acting like you can't win their approval. And what's the fear-based attachment here is the Moon. Yeah, the secrets, the confusion. It is fear-based because it's triggering your shadow. It's triggering your subconscious wounds. It's triggering, your instincts feel off. Someone like this can really confuse you because, dangling the carrot could be like, oh, they'll, 1 minute or one day they'll be really acting like they want to spend time with you, like they want the relationship to move forward in some way. But then the next, it's like they're dark, they're ghost. You don't know where you stand with them. And when you don't know where you stand with somebody, you're going to feel emotionally off. You're going to feel like your intuition is off, like you're not reading the situation very clearly. And it's going to create that intensity for that pentacle, right? It makes you more demanding. It increases the level of intensity from your end of things. And they like that because it's like, well, now they know they have the power. They know they have the upper hand in the situation. That's what I'm getting. Someone likes having the upper hand about offering whatever future offer or plan that they have. They like being in that position of offering or withholding from you. And then you internalizing that. And sometimes this is an unconscious thing. People that like power or dominance or feel entitled to be the leader in a situation, they sometimes will get off on people trying to seek approval. Especially people that are used to having power and dominance. They like having people underneath them that seek their approval. Well, it's like this could even play out in a work case scenario. Like you're constantly seeking that promotion. And it's like they string you along to do more and more and more work to make that progress, that promotion, you leveling up to their, being in a relationship, getting the promotion. But it's like they feel powerful and strong as you feel more and more suppressed. Some of you will identify with this as a pattern, either, in your relationships, or in a particular dynamic, you may notice this. But once you become aware of it, you can counteract that, not play into that. That's what we're really trying to do here. So the fear-based attachment is keeping you in that subconscious inner wounded fear. This person could trigger your shadow big time. And what they avoid confronting is, you walking away. 8 of Cups, some of you have walked away, or they're avoiding having you walk away, right? When someone's stringing you along, they benefit out of that. So if they can do just enough to keep you from walking away, they feel powerful in the situation. But you may have already started to just walk away from this person because eventually you just get tired of having your confidence destroyed. You get tired of waiting around for something that just never happens. They don't want you to walk away. They want to keep you in this really kind of insecure, approval-seeking energy. And it becomes an unhealthy cycle for you because you're not able to progress and level up or find somebody better for you if you're stuck here. Or if you're trying to find a better job, you're going to stay stuck trying to get it here. The unhealthy cycle, the unhealthy cycle is that they block. They block you out. They don't make a decision. They're keeping you stuck in this limbo state. Will we or will we not? You're blindfolded. This person refuses to make a decision in regards to you. So they do just enough to keep you there, right? You walk away, you start to detach, and then you start to wonder or get confused. Especially if you're in a repeat cycle of hot and cold with this person. So the unhealthy cycle is they don't want to make a decision in regards to you. They want to keep you kind of blocked and in the dark, especially in regards to a relationship. Moon and Libra. What could actually heal this? What is a healing aspect, or what can be healed within this dynamic? What can be healed? Breaking away. And it flipped all over the place. But the Fool card is taking a risk, breaking a pattern, moving in a new direction, moving away from this person, freeing yourself, trusting in the universe that if you free yourself, you can manifest something better. Also, this person, they need to take a leap of faith because it's like this power game, they need to make a decision. They either want you or they don't. Don't dangle a carrot. Don't you know, have somebody seeking your approval or your attention. Make a decision. You either do or you don't. And don't string people along from their point of view. And from your point of view, it's like you just have to walk away. You have to be willing to lose this person. You have to be willing to start a new cycle for yourself where you're not constantly questioning where you stand with somebody. What is the outcome? If nothing were to change here, you know, the outcome is you're going to keep playing it out until you just get sick of it, until, you know, your confidence is in the gutter with this person. You know, that's a decision that you have to make. I mean, we all have to take responsibility. At the end of the day, you know, nobody has power over us, and we can't blame people. You know, people like to have their options. And they will put you in any sort of dynamic that you're willing to put up with. So that's something that you have to make a decision about. If you feel like this is happening and you're confused, you have a decision to make as well. And it's like the outcome, yeah, you release a burden. Or you reach your you start to burn out, right? Ten of Swords, you feel betrayed. It all ends. Eventually, that limbo land, Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Two of Swords, that limbo land, something has to give. It's going to end. It's going to lead you from feeling really balanced into this limbo of betrayal. And you're going to feel burned out because it's exhausting trying to get somebody's attention or approval or validation or, you know, I feel like it gets exhausting. You know, they either want to be with you or not. They either want to give you the promotion or not. They either like you or not. And it's just... I mean, Ten of Wands in the reverse says the outcome is eventually you're going to reach a breaking point. And yeah, cool with whatever. I'm going to break down a little bit more here too, because I feel like you guys need to know or have confirmation of something that you're already knowing intuitively when it comes to your relationships. And you don't want to be stuck feeding people's ego, stuck in their loop, their game. You want to feel empowered. That's where you're trying to get. And see this moon, oh God, the fear base is baggage. Not letting go, hanging on to past hurts. Identify and heal patterns that impact your relationship. Yeah, they want you in this, that's that Ten of Wands. They want you in that heavy baggage. Somebody here could be holding on to something else. It's like they're not ready, but they want you the baggage, stuck with the baggage of holding on or waiting. They're also not wanting to let go because you're a source or supply, right? The chain. So what are they avoiding confronting with this Eight of Cups is, yeah, you walking away, you not caring anymore. Because eventually you'll stop caring. A healthy, someone with healthy attachment won't put up with this for very long, right? They get tired of it. What they avoid is, yeah, happy, positive things. It's like they don't want you to be happy. If you're unhappy, you wait for that offer. So they're avoid, also with sunshines, creating good vibes between you. The answer being yes. They don't want to give you a clear yes or no. And the unhealthy cycle is, yeah, that blockage. not really giving you a clear yes or no. We have, yeah, the unhealthy cycle is that Two of Swords. Not today, yeah. They push you away. They avoid that conversation. They don't care about your boundaries. They're angry. They get angry with you maybe. And then you apologize. I did get that kind of vibe from it. It's like, or you get angry. You start to get triggered and push back and demand an answer. And then they get angry about that. And what could heal it is you just being done with it. Acts like you've got to break that cycle. Yeah, you've got to coffin. You've got to break the cycle. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation. You got to liberate yourself from dynamics like this. And you're mirroring each other. Self-image, relationships reflect our wounds. Maybe this person likes having the upper hand because of their own wounds, their own baggage. It gives them a sense of power to, keep you stuck. But you gotta look at yourself too. We have self-image, relationships, introspection. It's like, do you really want to play into this game where you're always seeking validation in a relationship? Do you really want to have to play that game? Because it gets exhausting. And yeah, it's just not going to lead it's going to lead to an ending. Yeah, somebody's just a fake. They're not who you think they are, not genuinely interested. They're not who you think they are. This person's just playing a game. Someone that's genuinely interested in you, they want to spend time with you. They want to move things forward. They don't want to keep you stuck and then missing you. I think you have to end things with this person for them to think or, wake up to anything. Thinking you move on, let go and move on. Right? It's too stressful. Yeah, Dragonfly, you're going to be finding this out, or this reading is going to be confirmation for you guys. But I would just, if you feel like someone just wants you to be cool with whatever they want to do, they want to dangle a carrot, maybe eventually they'll want a relationship with you, this is your reading. So like I said, this won't resonate with everybody, but you guys are feeling it. You're feeling it. When you start to kind of spiral down into the vortex of trying to figure this person out. Fragile heart. You can be vulnerable and trust in this connection. Your fragile heart is safe. Some of you are very sensitive. Fragile would be, seeking approval is somebody that does kind of have a fragile heart or spirit. I think you wanted to feel safe. That's also could be what's fake here, is they want you to feel safe waiting. And see, that's really maniacal. And some people will be pretty upfront about their lack of interest. But just be careful when it comes to being vulnerable with someone that doesn't have honest intentions, or if they don't see a future with you. Because that can be really devastating to continue to pour into somebody like that. Detours, divine intervention, delays and detours. So something is, it's like the divine is stepping in. So there could be a delay or a detour that's happening for a reason, or a separation that's happening for a reason. You need to rebuild your sense of confidence. and your sovereignty to move in a new direction, to not let this person, because 8 of Cups, Fool card, those are cards of you detaching, releasing, moving forward. I'm getting like a labyrinth kind of energy, like somebody that pulls you into a labyrinth, and then you're seeing all these blockages. Every time you start to make progress, you reach another dead end. That's how you may be feeling. And mutual and symbiotic. This is a beneficial and balanced connection. Both parties had the same feelings, ideals, values, and shared goals. I feel like this is what you're trying to manifest. Someone that you can be vulnerable with, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you have a balanced connection with, something that's mutually beneficial. I feel like that's what Spirit is trying to do here. Spirit is trying to get you away from this person. And yeah, external parties, karmic contracts, family, finances, material concerns, or responsibilities are causing interference and stress. Yeah, they have other things. This person could have like a whole other life that they are dealing with. And they're still in limbo about that. And they're not maybe being completely honest with you about that. Some of them will be, others not. But you've got to decide what direction and portal that you want to step through at this time. Yeah, find the exit. Yeah, exit. You are wrapping up this chapter of your life. It's time to move on gracefully now. Okay, something was a trigger moment. Something was an exit point. And you're meant to, 8 of Cups, move on gracefully to something that makes you happier. And also perspective. Ooh, I got another card. Seems like I did. Talking to others and getting out of your bubble will help you see things differently. Yes, some of you need a shift in perspective, right? We had that perspective, seeing somebody's behavior differently. You might think that they're the ultimate end-all be-all to your future, but I think this divine detour and this external stuff is shifting your perspective on being willing to wait something out. And also when it comes to love or ego attachment, you want to build connections based on true love, not just on ego, or maybe even feeding your ego, validating your ego through a person. Really question that when you feel tempted to get into that dynamic of seeking approval from somebody. Really question where that's coming from. Please like, share, and subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.